All right, I'm burning up in here with the window up, but while I drive, I don't really like doing videos like if I'm not driving. So yeah, around 5, you know, I noticed I was really different because this is when I started interacting with kids. Things that I knew how I was different. First, I would get really sad if I left my parents. If they were to take me to school, I didn't want to go because I didn't want them to leave me there with people that I didn't trust. Whenever, like, let's say my mom had friends, we would like go over their house and be like, they would babysit us, and this didn't happen often. But anytime my mom left me, I just wasn't comfortable being around another adult that wasn't my parents. Like, my dad worked, he had a job at a company called SEPTA. So if you're from New York City, you have MTA. If you're from San Francisco, you have BART. If you're from, I don't know, Atlanta, you got some other shit, whatever. We have SEPTA. That stands for Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority. And that is a very good company to work for if you have a family. You know, my dad was a bus driver. He was for 30 years. He retired 6 years ago, going on. And I love the fact that, you know, we would pick him up because we had one car. We would pick him up at work with our one car. And this is why I believe having family structure is very important. So when you see a man do something and you're a boy, you aspire to do the same thing. When I was younger, I would tell my dad, this is what I want to do. I had an obsession with trains, and I didn't understand it at all. But I told him I want to do something like drive a bus or drive a train, specifically trains. Cause I used to suck my thumb. I sucked my thumb until I was 14. From the age, so a good 10 years, I sucked my thumb. I don't know why I did. Looking back, this sounds kind of gay, but maybe I just like the taste of it. Cause see, I sucked it. This is kind of like, okay, I don't gotta say no homo. I know I'm not gay, but I guess I did it because when like my thumb was like let me not talk about that because it's not going to sound right me saying it. But yeah, I did that for 10 years, and you know, my mom tried to get me to stop. One time, when we went to the dentist, they tried to put this shit on it to make me not suck it. But all I did, I just washed it off and proceeded to do it. What else? Around the age of 5, this is when I get my cat, I believe. Yeah, around that summertime, because we had friends. I didn't have friends where like they were trying to be my friend. But I did have a white next door neighbor friend named Anthony. His mom lived with him in a duplex. And looking back, I think they were just the products of not having enough money, because a lot of the times white people don't live around blacks unless they really have to. But you know, he was a friend of mine, but I didn't know how to see. He was a friend where there were things I didn't really know how to do that you do with friends. Like, I didn't know how to all this traffic, more traffic from people getting off the highway. It sucks. Anyway, guess I could do more of the video. Yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat. I might have to wait like an hour. But anyway, I didn't understand race at 5. Now let me tell you this: when I was 5, I did say something racist that we classify as racist. Now we went to a predominantly private black Catholic school, so I recall saying that to my mom. We were at the park. I did say, "Hey mom, why is there all these white people here?" And whenever it was like a bad word, like a curse word, she would always say, "Don't you say that," because sometimes when we couldn't catch when we didn't have the car, we'd catch the trolley, and people would curse on the trolley, and and my mom would just say, "Don't you say that," and I just thought it was a bad word. But the first thing that came to my mind was Dr. Martin Luther King. When I said that word, I thought it wasn't nothing wrong with it. So imagine if I was white and I said out loud, because I didn't say it out loud. Well, I said it to my mom, but imagine if I was white and I just said to my mom, I was like, "Mom, why is there all these black people here?" But yeah. If I was white, I probably would be that. If it was social media back then and they recorded me saying that, I probably would be canceled right now. But around 5, this is when I obtained my first cat. My white neighbor Anthony, he had a lot of cats in his house. I think his mom was a veterinarian or something. She worked with animals, and they had a cat they didn't want, and I think his last name was Bob. So I thought we paid money for it, but they just gave it to us because one day it was outside, and you can tell this is inner city. The ice cream truck came by, and I was eating ice cream outside, all my friends, and I'm eating ice cream, and this cat is literally trying to lick my ice cream cone, and I give him some, and it follows me around, and I was just like telling myself, I want that cat, like I want it so bad. And we eventually get the cat. He was already like neutered and all that shit, so we didn't have to worry about taking him anywhere to get all the shots and everything. But believe it or not, man, I was allowed to name the cat, the family cat. So one of the shows that we watched that was educational, but that wasn't on Nickelodeon. That wasn't like, it was a cartoon, but we didn't look at it as a cartoon, was Arthur. Now Arthur today, well, it's canceled now. But the older I've gotten, the more liberal, like the more progressive that show has gotten. Well, it gotten over the years. Like I remember an episode where they had these two rabbits. They had these two rats. Mr. Ratburn got married on an episode of Arthur. I don't think that's appropriate for kids. I'm sorry, I don't. So, in spite of me talking about sucking my thumb, I don't think that's appropriate for kids to see something like that, because they can't process that kind of information. I don't think sex should be exposed to kids. I just think that's wrong. Gay, straight, L, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I just don't think that is that's something that you should do. But people do it. But yeah, there was a character on Arthur called Binky. He was a bulldog, and I just named him Binky, because everybody loved that show in school. So, my I named the cat Binky, and to be honest, that was like my best friend because the thing was, I didn't know how to my next door neighbor. I didn't know how to initiate hanging out with people in the neighborhood. I didn't know how to do that. Only person I knew how to initiate playing with. It was my brother. So Banky was like my best friend, and I would never own another pet again because I think that's wrong. But I wish when I was his owner, and that is as fucked up as that sounds, I wish I treated him a little better, because when I was younger, I used to pick him up, throw him around, not very much, but I was a kid then. But I did things looking back where it's just like, man, that's fucked up, like how I treated my cat. You know, one time he scratched me because you never touch a cat by his throat, but I deserved it. But looking back, I treated him good. You know, I always made sure my dad made sure he ate, but it was just that looking back, I just think I should have treated him better, knowing what I know now. Because if we're all living beings, we ain't got to talk about human, but just living beings, you should treat everything with respect. But that was my cat, and I'm about to go inside Publix. That was my cat, and unfortunately, just a little fast forward, he passed away when I was 19, but I wasn't there. Well, he didn't pass away. He was euthanized. He was killed. But I'm gonna resume this series another time.